Here's a good Caribou Dude review for you. A little boater safety here during wildfire season. If there's a fire going on and there's aircraft filling up their tanks in the lake or ocean near you, maybe it's time to get your boat off the water, dudes. Okay, let's go.
There it is. This is bad news. My God. Falling out right now. Anything could happen. Get on! Wow.
I'll watch the video later.
Keep on trying to get in the water.
Hey, try mopping this. Could you hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend? Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel here with all BC's best weather and wilderness stories. This was last July out on Shawnigan Lake there on Vancouver Island. Look at this boater just take a cut right in front of the CL 415 tanker that's coming in to fill up with water. What are you doing that's so important, buddy? What are you doing that's so important? What are you doing that's more important than A, your life, B, the safety of that very expensive aircraft, $25-30 million aircraft? The lives of the pilots, they're just there to do work. There's a fire going on, and you are not the most important thing. Here we got one that's not BC. It's Idaho, where a boat's trying to race with the big airplane that's filling up. What are you doing? Here comes another aircraft. The boat's still kind of in the way. What the heck, people? People are losing everything. There's like homes burning down. You're like, the biggest thing in your life's like, can I get to my fishing spot or not? Let's go water skiing, you know. Who cares about everybody else's problems? And look, it's not just wildfire aircraft that are hitting boats in BC. Seems like I'm scouring the internet looking for videos of boats hitting airplanes and things like that.
Just before 1 p.m.
And most of it's in British Columbia.
You can see before the collision that the powerboat is traveling directly into the float plane's takeoff.
What the heck's wrong with you guys?
As the two meet at high speed. Let's look at it one more time. The plane actually rides up the side of the boat and goes airborne before
That's
crashing
ridiculous.
down onto the water.
What's crazy is that video's from June 2024. It's like 2024 had a whole bunch of close calls, including this very famous one HD Aviation put on the YouTube. This video was taken at Kootenay Lake there, 2024, July as well. See these boaters out there? They haven't quite got the message there. You see how the planes are flashing their lights there? They're trying to send you some Morse code signal there. And what they're saying in Morse code is, you're an arsehole. Yeah, you're a bunch of arseholes. Can you recognize any of them folks there in the boat? Their fishing trip's more important than anything going on there for BC Wildfire Service. They don't seem to care if people's houses are burning down. They're just out there trying to catch the biggest trout they can. And they haven't quite clued in yet that they're in danger. They're putting other people in danger. They're putting the aircraft in danger. They're putting the crews in danger. And here comes the airplane skimming along at them, trying to get off the water as fast as it can, trying to make some height. Now the boat finally goes, oh, look, something's going on. Yeah, something's going on. Do you think you're going to be catching fish out there with this going on, with all that racket and noise? See the flashing light, that's them saying, freak off! Get out of the shit! You're in the shit. Get out of here. Vacate. Immediately go to shore. Get lost here. We got beautiful aircraft skimming these World War II style vintage looking airplanes with the big power engines. Their whole front of the nose is just like one big engine. They're taking water up into the pontoons. They're worried about their fill up. They're worried about hitting something in the water. They're worried about deadheads. They're worried about people with drones. They're worried about the fire itself. They're worried about all the air traffic at a fire. They got all these things to worry about, and they spend hours and hours and hours and hours flying. They're not just casual flyers. They're not just like a 4-hour flight and they're done. No, they're up there for the day hitting things when the extreme fire behavior is going on, when people's lives are in danger, when their homes are in danger, properties are in danger. They're out there doing the thing that they do to keep British Columbia safe. And meanwhile, they got boats out there. They got sailboats out there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable sailboats, this, that. Beautiful aircraft. Look at that skimmer. Look at that air tractor. Love it. Love to see it. Now back in slow motion for one more look at these arseholes. There they are. They're like talking about fish. They're talking about work. They're talking about how much they hate their wives and their jobs, how much rent they got to pay, how much mortgage they still got left owing. Their truck ain't working, this and that. Oh, hey, look at that, Jim. There's an airplane coming right at us. Holy shit. Let's get out of the shit, Bob. Now they turn on the motor there finally. They're just still casually floating around. You might have noticed there's a sailboat also in this video. Completely shocking as well, but maybe the sailboat's going to take a little bit longer to vacate the area. Fair enough. These guys, as soon as you see airplanes coming at you, like a fleet of them coming at you, maybe it's time to get off the water there, you know, and call your fishing trip in for the day. Otherwise, you could face a $100,000 fine in British Columbia. This ain't the first time either. 2021 at Kalamalka Lake, there was a famous incident there. I couldn't seem to find no video video of it, though. Same within 2017 at Horse Lake. There was complaints of these people putting their boats in the way of aircraft. What are you doing, folks? Smarten the heck up. Get off the water, eh? Okay, hit like, share, subscribe. Be safe. The weather's down right now. Not going to be too much for wildfires to talk about for a little bit still, but maybe it's time to get your fishing in. Maybe it's time to do it now before there's a million airplanes trying to get onto the water and, put the interests of the province first.